In the meantime, the President of the United States yesterday was trying to shift the spotlight toward Hillary Clinton and said her funding, as we've heard, she and the DNC funded Fusion GPS through the law firm to the tune of something like $10 million, said her funding of the opposition research firm was a sign that she was working with Russia, the president said, essentially, through a series of tweets.
All right, so we're going to look into that. In fact, Alan Dershowitz is coming at the bottom of the hour. He's retrieving this, following up on his leads. He's going to put it in perspective on what it could mean. Keep in mind, and I just keep saying this, just because you're indicted doesn't mean you're guilty of anything.
Right.
Then you have a chance to find out what they have and the amount of defense. You stop being now you can start defending yourself.
Yep. The president tweeted this: "Never seen such Republican anger and unity as I have concerning the lack of investigation on Clinton-made fake dossier. Now $12 million, the uranium to Russia deal, the 33,000 plus deleted emails, the Comey fix, and so much more. Instead, they look at phony Trump-Russia collusion, which doesn't exist. The Dems are using this terrible and bad for our country witch hunt for evil politics. But the R's, Republicans, are now fighting back like never before. There is so much guilt by Democrats. Clinton, and now the facts are pouring out. Do something."
That's right. Hillary Clinton, through a spokesperson, said that she didn't learn about the dossier until after the election, but had she known, she would have passed it along to reporters to investigate. Kellyanne Conway was on with us a half an hour ago, and this is what she said about Hillary Clinton, and put it all in perspective this way.
Most people who would be doing the investigating / covering the said investigation, Ainsley, voted for her and neither expected nor wanted the election results. They want her to be working behind me in that building. And so there's part of that. The other thing is they'll say, oh, she lost, so it doesn't really matter. It does matter, because I think the most important piece of the non-investigation right now is the Russians trying to gain advantage when Hillary Clinton was becoming Secretary of State. That's not possible interference with an election. That's actually trying to get an advantage with our federal government, with our country. And that seems worth investigating.
Also, keep in mind, too, you listen to Peter King yesterday, you listen to Trey Gowdy, and you listen to Susan Collins. They all agree on one thing. Through what they've known, from what they've seen, there's no evidence of collusion so far. And this has been going on almost a year now. Meanwhile, Democrats say it doesn't matter who paid for the dossier because it was them. Here's the ranking member of Adam Schiff. Remember, he just wants to get to the bottom of things. Let's listen to some sincerity.
I think that is a factor to be considered in weighing the credibility of what Fusion GPS produced, who was paying for it.
Shouldn't it have been disclosed earlier?
I can't answer that. I certainly would have, liked to know who paid for it earlier, but nonetheless, that's just one factor to be considered. It doesn't answer the ultimate question, which is how much of the work is accurate, how much of it is true. And my colleagues don't seem particularly interested in that question, but that is really the most important question for the American people, and that is, how much of this allegation that Christopher Steele makes and the reports that he hears are true about the Russian government wanting to help the Trump campaign? Now, a lot of that has been corroborated.
All right. That's his point of view. So if you're just joining us right now, the breaking news, according to the New York Times, Paul Manafort and a former business associate by the name of Rick Gates were told to surrender to federal authorities, and apparently they will sometime this morning.
All right, 10 minutes after the hour, Jillian, will you please tell us what else is happening in the news?
I will definitely do that. And